Uh-huh.
How are y'all tonight?
Really? Oh, wow. She had long black hair, and she was real good friends with a girl named Diane Deals. Okay, she was real good friends with her, and all like that. But another one, and I don't know if I seen it in the paper the other day, a girl that had passed away that was in my class. Her name was Janice Beard, was married to a grizzle up there around Clarksville. Did you know her? Yeah. No, I don't remember. I know that was her sister, but I didn't know her. But. Yeah. Yeah. This girl was always so. I didn't know that. I figured it must be something like it. But she was always just real pleasant, always quiet, and yeah, real pleasant girl. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. No, but I'd probably know her if I was to see her. Yeah, she would have been in Cindy's class, I thought. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, well, she was always quiet too. But she was a real nice person. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I know I'm gonna have to be a page flipper here.
How are you? Good. I'm doing well.
Tell Larry.
We did too. That was just the best time. And I'm gonna tell you, them folks, they were right there where they needed to be. Yeah.
Good, how are you?
Very good, very good.
Tell Larry not to interrupt us, that we're having an important conversation.
Brian just said that you interrupted government business now. I got you on the speaker where everybody interrupts me. There you go. All right, bro. We'll talk.
He's delivering Friday and everything.
That Larry's a mess.
We went to Walhalla Saturday night.
I seen you post something about that. Or you posted something about it.
I tell you, that was
Now, what was the name of the place?
It was the Walhalla Civic Center, but the name of the band was End of the Line, and they just did Allman Brothers music.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good stuff.
they was as good a band like it.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're still fighting with DOT to get our driveway permit.
Tribute band.
as I'd ever heard.
That's cool. You know, Larry's sister married my cousin. Larry's first.
Yes. I know one of them married Joe Creed.
Yeah, that's married. Oh, yeah, so.
Good, how are you?
I've been all around with Larry.
Oh, me and him used to be, we used to be into something all the time.
He's a good fellow, in my opinion.
That's sort of something you don't ask a school teacher neither, is it? How you doing? They're gonna say, oh, God, is it Friday? At 3?
Here's,
72 days. Brian, do you want your thing back up, Buck?
No,
Okay.
I'm good. I
more
just,
information on where to park and like that.
my doctor changed my medicine a little bit. That's gonna be better if I just stick a little more.
I'll be more than happy.
No, I'm good. I ain't near as scared as they are.
Well.
But I do what they say.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, please do.
See where we parked.
So I'm trying to go with some of my stuff so that it doesn't, my kidneys work better.
We parked in a parking
When I
deck.
had liver, before I had the liver transplant, the kidneys sort of got in a little bad shape. It's just a balance.
Whatever we need to do to-
It's just a balancing act for drugs right now.
Whatever we need to do to make your
Just good.
safer.
I'm doing what I need to do. I don't think that.
All right, Terry's gonna call in. He says he's got a sinus infection and cold, but he don't wanna take no chances.
Yeah, there you go.
So he's just gonna call in, I'll put him on speakerphone.
That'll work.
Now, maybe not tonight, guys, but I know for a fact, next Monday night's meeting, we gotta bring these towards our voice, because she's gonna have to try to dictate what we say.
Yeah, on my
over the
laptop, I won't
speaker
be
system.
here the 7th.
Okay.
Tracy Dake's gonna be here, but me and Lacey's at a conference, so I'll be watching
You
y'all.
wanna listen
Yeah.
so you can get it all.
Yes, cause I'll do a minute.
You don't want the Charlie Brown recording?
I may it may be group emails. Now, who said so about this?
You know, one of these things, Todd, that I was thinking about, with this calling, because it's sort of like, when I had to do it, during the listening, if we could set it up sort of like, I don't know if you, and I don't know how much it costs, but I don't think it's that expensive, electronically, especially since the notion program. So we set it up where when we had, one of us had to call in, you could have it on a little screen thing.
Yeah.
After Clark County's got all that set up,
Yeah.
That Derek, man, they did that, they've got it working now for the Rotary up there.
Yeah.
They got a projector up.
They got a,
I don't know what they got, I've been out of town like that.
they got a, well, 1 week it wasn't quite working, so they sent that stuff back, and then they sent them this whole system. And they got mics out of the ceiling, and they got a camera in the back, and then they got the folks on the side of the end, or in, so,
So if you drive the radio, and the quality of the audio would be better if somebody came in. I just think, especially when you're talking about the TVs up there, so
Okay, I will pass these back.
Thank you, Christina, you're welcome.
And we haven't missed you up there.
Yeah, 6428.
I figured you was mad at me and quit coming.
No, we had,
Christina, we give Terry the number of the senior center.
No, it didn't.
It's
I stand
6428.
for a
I know
funeral
it's 6248.
one Friday, and last Friday I was getting a windshield replaced in the truck.
She fulfilled your request.
Hello, sir.
Rock.
Getting a what?
A windshield replaced in my truck.
off a truck.
Last time she was here, you asked her to bring me a treat.
I was kidding.
There you go.
Now you're gonna have to reciprocate.
Christina, just a second ago, somebody said something that I need to go on a chairman's report. What was it somebody said? God, y'all just stay. Terry, can you hear us, buddy? Yep, loud and clear. All right.
Tell him he needs to get dressed. He looks like he just got home from Walmart wearing his pajamas.
It'd just be another commissioner's
We might hear that snap.
Hey, how are you? Good.
So, Christina, somebody just said something I know it needs to be on the chairman report. I can't remember.
It wasn't me.
In the,
We wanna keep it as short.
Oh, right here, just a second. It wasn't talking about the cameras from Clark County, it wasn't the speakers, it was something.
you talking about you talking to Frank about the school system? I don't really like the eavesdropping.
I'll think of it when y'all leave.
I'll give him that information.
There's nothing, not that ain't having a report, so.
Tom and Jerry.
Yep. Them two.
Oh, God. You got to see the same thing tomorrow.
Send all you today, but he was 10 o'clock and I think all the bills were.
Yeah.
What's the name, I think you gotta go talk about.
Yeah. He's referring to that link from the Zoom interviews.
For us to talk to Ms. Barr about how we can do the public input.
Oh, for the, noise stuff.
I don't know.
We were just gonna chat real quick with the IT guy on that, and maybe set up something on the website when it starts, people can add those.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. On our county website? Yeah, we can set up a link to. Oh, okay, sorry. Yep.
And Chris, and I think, Thomas, we're gonna talk maybe in the morning at 9.
Yeah,
Just to kind of,
yeah.
and then we're gonna talk to later in the week with the actual team, the firm.
Derek, what are y'all doing out there at Lexington Road and Barnett Show? What's the game plan right there? I know where your trail goes through there, but what's the rest of that road for there?
There's gonna be a new on-ramp lined up with Barnett Show Road. You go straight for northbound traffic.
Okay, get on the bike.
So if you're on Barnett Show and you go straight, or if you're westbound on Lexington, you turn right.
Right, so rather than have to cross the light, are they gonna do away with that loop then, or you gonna keep it off?
So you'll keep it that way, eastbound
East
traffic.
can get, okay. I was just I had to go through there today and I thought it was pretty bad, y'all displaced so many homeless people just to do that.
No mistake. See, that's gonna be, right now, it's not too, we can't, it's gonna be a mess, so that's okay.
Is that
Cooperative purchasing agreements, and that's what they are.
That's a DOT.
Yes.
That's what we wanted to make sure they were asking, and I was like, wait, now they're doing this?
So they'll build a bridge or
Okay.
I think we actually put that in our
something over
purchasing
where you
policy.
can set the trail through
Okay,
there.
all right.
I have a bridge sitting in place. If you walk out there now, you'd ask, why is this bridge here? Because it's literally 4 feet off the bridge.
Okay. I just saw it, and I saw the concrete coming down through it. Is that across the road, you go through the old fertilizer plant? Is that going through the
Trail does, yeah.
Politicians.
Come sit down with me.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the Madison County Board of Commissioners regular business meeting, January 31st, 2022, 6 p.m. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you don't mind, please remain standing. Sorry. I would like to take a moment of silence for a Madison County employee, Mr. James Wiggins, that worked with us for 31 years, passed away last week, I think due to some COVID complications. at 84 years old. Please bow your heads. Thank you. Be seated. If you didn't know Mr. Wiggins, you missed out. He was a pleasure. At 84, he did not mind telling you what was going on. Great guy. Going to be truly missed, not only just in the community amongst his co-workers. He was a highly respected individual at the Madison County Road Department. Before you gentlemen is Terry Chandler's out tonight. He's not feeling well, and he didn't want to take any chances due to COVID. He has a slight cold. But in front of you, you have approval for the minutes of December 20th, 2021 budget work session. You have the minutes in front of you from December 20th regular business meeting, minutes from January 3rd agenda setting work session, minutes from January 6th roundtable meeting, minutes from January 14th, 2022 public hearing. If I have a motion to adopt tonight's agenda and minutes.
The January 6th amendments, I think there's, well, I'll make a motion to approve all of them except January 6th. I'll make that cleaner.
That's the public hearing with the idea, or the roundtable
Oh,
discussion.
yeah, it would not have needed to be on there. I apologize. That's my fault. We did not have a quorum, so.
Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm.
All the commissioners.
Oh, that meeting. Yeah, I was
Mr.
thinking about the
May
second
was
one.
there.
Yes, all right.
What would you like to amend in the minute?
I believe on the section under auditors, and I'm going on memory, but it suggested that the notes make reference that I suggested a conference call be held. I recall that being Commissioner Adams, and I regurgitated that at the end of the meeting as an action item, is what I recall.
Okay.
That's fine.
If that, Commissioner Adams,
I believe that's correct.
no.
So would the motion be with the amended minutes changed to Commissioner Adams?
Correct.
Okay.
So I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Have a second. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none. Dennis?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carries. Business involving guest groups and multiple visitors. Ms. Carol Knight from Madison County UGA Extension Coordinator. Come on up, young lady.
Okay. Okay. Well, good evening, everybody. For those that I haven't met, and I feel now that I've been here for 2 years, I have lots of friends in the audience, so I know y'all all came to hear our update. My name is Carol Knight, and I serve as the County Extension Coordinator and Ag and Natural Resources Agent there at our Cooperative Extension Office. Our office is really a cooperative partnership between the University of Georgia, the Madison County Board of Commissioners, and the Board of Education. And we are pleased to serve the residents of Madison County through our 3 program areas of agriculture and natural resources, family and consumer sciences, and 4-H and youth development. So I wanted to give you a brief ag update, and then I have with me the other 2 agents in our office. They're also going to highlight some of the things that happened in 2021 and plans for 22. So through ag programming in 2021, I collaborated with our Extension Area Water Agent on a livestock drinking water project and research, conducted some poultry litter research. I worked with the City of Danielsville on some water testing in the Sherwood Forest District for a community development block grant. I worked with producers that tested their soil, water, feed, and forages, provide educational programs to cattle and forage producers in the county, including the Master Cattleman's Course, which was hosted here in the county along with in Oglethorpe. The Extension Wise column that comes out in the Journal is bi-weekly and keeps the county current on tips and hot topics. It really amazes me how many people still read the newspaper, and I get lots of interaction on that. I've enjoyed collaborating with the Chamber of Commerce to coordinate the Madico-Made High Potential Leaders Program, which just finished up and hopefully is developing the next class of leaders for our county. I also work with them to promote ag through chamber events like Blessing of the Farm, State of the Ag Breakfast, and the Pioneer Harvest Festival. Plans for 2022 include gardening classes in the spring, promoting more forage testing, and cattle workshops through and with partnerships with the Cattlemen's Association and the Young Farmers Program. Our office is always open for ideas and suggestions for areas of need and programming, so please feel free to reach out. And we always appreciate you guys' support. So with that, I'll let Brad, April, and Ms. Susan Goldman come and tell you about the programming that they've been working on.
Hey everybody, gentlemen, lady.
How you doing, sir?
Good to see you guys. My name is Brad April, Family Consumer Science Agent. I'm in my third year here in Madison County. I'm here 3 days a week, and I'm in Oglethorpe County 2 days a week. I'll talk to you about the 3 program areas that I worked in 2021 and some of the results that we had. I taught a Relationship Smarts program in Madison County. I worked with Superintendent Michael Williams, Principal Jamie Dixon, and Coach Harrison to deliver a relationship education program to each 9th grader at Madison County. It was a whirlwind. If you can imagine teaching relationships to 9th graders. Any hair I had left quickly went. 292 kids participated in the program, and 278 kids graduated from the program. I taught 7 straight lessons to each class for 7 straight days. It was quite the program. Each of the days, the kids participated in program evaluations to help navigate their way through difficult situations with parents, their friends, and those pesky boyfriends and girlfriends. Believe it or not, 9th graders do have boyfriends and girlfriends. You might be surprised, but they do. So it's a great program, and we'd like to continue that every single year going forward, so working with Madison County High School. I also offer food safety classes. I held 5 Serve Safe classes in 2021. 26 local restaurant employees took part in my Serve Safe classes, so you can feel safe when you're eating food around here. We know what we're doing with food safety. Make sure to look for that blue and white paper behind the cash register. That's our Serve Safe paper, and that indicates that they have participated in the food safety curriculum. And last but certainly not least, my main focus of my work is chronic disease prevention. I offer walkaway classes here in Madison County, and I have since I started in 2018. Our walkaway classes are primarily held in the spring up until the fall. Daylight savings time isn't just a problem for farmers, it's a problem for educators because it's hard to find places to walk at night, and we want to make sure to do that in a safe fashion. So starting in the spring, when we get our time back, we do 15 to 20 minutes of nutrition each class, and then we walk together for the next 40 to 45 minutes. With that walkaway program, during COVID, it was one of the programs we could offer because you're outside and we're socially distanced. And I held a program called Driveway Walkaway, which is held in my driveway with my neighbors. And that program won first place state, first place region, and first place national for the 2021 Innovative Programming Award. That was pretty exciting. We met in my driveway every Saturday morning for 16 weeks and did a program out of my driveway. Currently what we're working on, I have a program called 30 for 30 Walkaway. It's a Facebook program. The idea was starting November 14th through December 15th, participants would walk for 30 minutes a day for 30 straight days. I worked with 7 other universities across the country, and we had 1,200 participants from 17 different states join the program. A total of 1,800 pictures were posted from participants showing their exercise or their physical activity, along with 1,900 comments and over 27,000 likes. Currently, I'm hosting a Prevent T2 Diabetes program here in Madison County on Thursday nights at 6 at our extension office. We have 6 participants participating in that program. And the last thing I'd like to mention is with Tracy Dake last year, I set up a Cooking for Cancer Prevention Lunch and Learn here, right here in this room. And we just talked about the different ways to prevent the 13 types of cancer that are preventable. 7 employees participated in that, and I cooked a nice lunch for everybody. So it was a good time. So thank you so much. We'll let Ms. Susan speak next.
Thank you. Quick question. Is there a way for us to get the programs and the dates and the times that these different programs are going to affect to us so we can put them on the county website?
Absolutely.
So we can share that information, and I know you said there's a Facebook program in there somewhere. Is there a way that we can have contact for that so we can share it, you know, through the county's Facebook page?
Absolutely. I can share a QR code that'll link you right to our Facebook page.
Well, sir, I had no idea about 5 or 6 of those items that you named, but every one of them sounded exciting, and it's nice to know that Madison County has that ability to offer those kind of services. So thank you very much to the GA staff.
Super exciting. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Hey, Elena.
My name's Susan Goldman, and I'm the Madison County 4-H agent. I've been here about 20-plus years, and I'm excited that 4-H has taken flight this year, as our theme states. Madison County 4-H blasted off serving the annual Rivers Alive program, where we work with Keep Madison County Beautiful. We did the Pioneer Day, working with a lot of other area agencies, and also help with the state park cleanup. Adopt a Road is something we think that's very important in our county, so maybe other organizations will hop aboard and do that as well, like we've been doing, and we even created a Matico-made recipe contest. We soared high in the past year in leadership, with Lily Earl being a 4-H district officer representing our area. Clayton Adams served as a state ambassador along with Elise Sparks, and Parker Bernardo also was a national 4-H conference delegate. Rock Eagle is one place where our children definitely love to go because it's the largest youth largest youth camp in the nation. And we have a 4-H camp counselor from Madison County that will be serving. Donovan Nelson will be serving as a Miko. That means he's what we did call a chief. Christopher, where's Christopher there? So Christopher was also a camp counselor at Rock Eagle. And he'll plan events for thousands of youth each week, so we're glad he's representing our county that way. Here locally, we have over 50 students that are trained each year for their local 4-H office. The height these local 4-Hers have gone to this past year can be glimpsed in the 4-H judging events that they take part in. We've been excited that youth have scored first place in livestock judging, and just this weekend, they got first place in Horse Quiz Bowl. They have participated in lots of other activities, like getting second place in poultry judging, coached by Miss Carol Knight, third place in food challenge, helped by Mr. Brad Averill, and also fourth place in consumer judging and in wildlife judging. Livestock show participants and equestrian drill team participants, you guys have seen in front of you many times, and they placed first nationally for many different events. I know many of our livestock show students are going to many different area, state, as well as local shows and doing very well in the livestock shows. 18 students soared into Project Works just recently, turning in their 4-H portfolios for district project achievement. And then we've got a lot of Cloverly 4-Hers that will in return soon take part in county project achievement. This is a way for them to learn more about their expertise and their interests, and hopefully build those careers that are going to help them for a lifetime. We've just recently had 2 new clubs started this year, the Tech Wizards and the Environment Clubs, and the kids have really gotten excited about new equipment that they can put their hands on, like a 3D printer that they got to build themselves, and the little tiny chip, the Raspberry Pi that they could actually program, and many more. Robotics team also does a great job. They just competed just recently in about 4 league matches, and they will have their area regional match this coming weekend. And Project Safe, as you well know, having coached it before in the past, is awesome to get involved in. We have our archery team that has over 20 participating, 7 in BB teams, and 9 in shotgun right now. So safety trainings and hunter safety courses are really important to those students that take part in that. Just today we received an email from a brand new Georgia Master 4-Her from Horse Quiz Bowl. It came from her mother, Elise Sparks. And she said, I'm so proud of the entire team that mastered in Horse Quiz Bowl. 4-H has really made a difference in my daughter's life. Thank you. Also, I have really great friends with the staff and volunteers. So no matter the success of your flight, Madison County kids are learning every step of the way. I like to think that their failures teach them much more than their successes. Our entire staff and volunteers appreciate all that you guys do to help them make these efforts. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, that's exciting. Every bit of that. And ma'am, the same way with your events, please keep our HR office posted so we can share it on anything up and coming. We want to be able to stand behind you and promote you, and also give our kids recognition. Thank you for everything y'all do for the youth of this county. Next on tonight's guest is Elena Turner. Madison County Library Branch Manager. Brand new.
Good evening. You all know me very well. I'm Toby Mayfield, the Assistant Director, and myself, along with Director Valerie Bell, are here to introduce officially the Branch Manager of Madison County Library, Elena Mendenhall-Turner. She comes to you with more than 12 years of experience with Athens Regional Library System. Actually, I think it's more than 13. It's 2022 now. And more than 10 of those as a supervisor of the Circulation Department. She used to work under me. And then she came back to work under me again. She just couldn't stay away. I think that you're going to really enjoy having her here. She's going to do great things. She's a resident of the county, and she will tell you more about herself and about the swag in front of you.
Thank you, young lady.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to be here. You do all have a quarterly report from last quarter. Mostly that was prepared by Jennifer Ivey, the previous branch manager. So you have that in front of you. As Toby said, I have been working in the Athens Regional Library System until now at the Athens Clark County Library for over 13 years. I worked some little bits in different areas, but in all over the entire library at different points in my career there. But largely a supervisor in the young adult and most especially in the circulation departments. And now I am in Madison County. I moved to Danielsville a little over a year ago, November of 2020, so yes. And so my wife and I have been getting to know the county and the area, and then this opportunity arose, and it was a wonderful chance to get to work in my new home area.
Well, thank you, young lady.
Thank
Greatly
you.
appreciate it. Thank you for what you're going to do for not only our youth, because we know the library is not about youth anymore, it's about everybody.
Absolutely.
And so thank you very much. If there's anything we can do to help you, please reach out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I will just quickly tell you all about a couple of things that are
Okay.
coming up, if I may.
Oh, cool.
The Pilot Club is bringing an art exhibit, the Georgia Artists with Disabilities. They will be coming and be through the month of February. There'll be an opening reception on February 6th, but the exhibit will be there from the 4th through the 2nd of March. And then coming at the end of March, and we'll basically be there through April, we'll have an exhibit and a series of programs called Thinking Money for Kids. And that was provided through a grant from the American Library Association, and it's something that Ms. Ivey had been working on. It was intended to be in a couple years ago, I think, but COVID has slowed all of that, but it is now coming. And the last thing I'll mention is you do have some swag that Ms. Bell put together for you. There's a little bulldog in each of your mugs. The bulldog was printed with a 3D printer that we now have at the Madison County Library. And it has just been installed this week, so we'll be working on getting together how we're going to work with folks so that people can print out things that they would like to have. And we'll probably be doing some programming with that. That'll be coming down the road.
Thank you again, and the same as I expressed to the extension agents Ms. Knight, any kind of information you have that you would like for us to go public with, and Ms. Knight, I forgot to tell you, we do have now a monitor set up at the front door. You know, Madison County has the largest court system in the district, so we have a large gathering. I think today was over 430 people was in that lobby, but we now have a TV screen that scrolls that will constantly put ads out there to get out to the public when something's coming up. Please get us that information, and we'll get that posted, and that way we can share it with them who come to the front door also. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But thank you and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you all.
And thank you for the takeaways. I was joking when I said come back bearing gifts, but anybody else, come back bearing gifts. Chairman's report. I'm going to try to go through these quickly. These are just some updates obviously since the last year, it was 2 weeks ago. Currently, we have looked into, the purchase of a couple new ambulances. We've talked about that and budgeted for that. Just for the public's aware, we are good on ambulances currently, but there is a 2-year wait for ambulances right now, no matter what brand you buy. Shortage of trucks, shortage of equipment, shortage of staff. So we are currently on a waiting list. We're being told 24 months. The new EMS station construction should start around the end of February. We are currently waiting a DOT permit for the driveway, and then after we get that permit, we can issue ourselves permits and start pouring a slab and start coming out of the ground. Comprehensive plan, we're going to talk about that a little bit more in a minute, but the comprehensive plan went out for RFPs. We received 4 back. We narrowed it to down to 2 through the Code Enforcement Plan and Zoning, and I think Tracy Dake and Christina was part of it, and interviews was held on January 11th and January 19th, and we'll discuss it a little bit more in a minute. But moving on down to the ARPA funds. Everybody's heard about the ARPA funds, which the county received. Their portion of the federal money was about $5.9 million. The final rule has finally been released on the spending. We are working on interpreting the final rule for clarifications on the uses of the ARPA funds. It's very complex. Some of the ideas that Madison County had potentially thought about the usage, we have to narrow that down into a verbiage that we know is acceptable so we don't get in any kind of hassles. I don't foresee any being, but we've had webinars almost every week since the final rule has been released for, honestly, clarity. And we're able to ask them questions. One of the questions I asked Washington the other day, they answered it live right there in front of us, was a potential use for expansion of a senior center, a new rec department, stuff like that. So we're diligently trying to put the pieces together for this coming spring to get some stuff out of the ground and going. Briefly, new hires. So Madison County has been very fortunate during this downturn of hiring struggles. The road department has hired 2 part-time retirees and 1 full-time person. Greg Therical, who has recently retired for 35 plus years as a truck driver, is now a part-time dump truck driver hauling gravel for us. Joe Davis has come in part-time retiree to run a crack seal crew for our roads. And Donnie Watson was hired as a full-time employee for an equipment operator. Building inspections. Mr. James Pulliam has transferred from building maintenance over to building inspections, where he will be taking on new classes to get certifications for a building inspector, which will be a 70-30 split between building inspection and code enforcement. New building permit clerk, Miss Angie Trissel. Starts date is February 7th. Tracy Patrick, who's currently with us, will be replacing Miss Linda Fortson as zoning administrator. And Miss Linda Fortson is retiring February 4th. I know I've said that in the past, but I want to reiterate it again tonight. With that being said, Miss Fortson, if you don't mind, step up to the front. We have something for you.
And they told me we were being reprimanded.
Well, you're not getting a raise next year. So on behalf of the Madison County government, 20 years of employment, 20 years full of good days, bad days, problems, achievements, and office pranks, and many more friendships. For 20 years of excellence, Madison County Board of Commissioners would like to say thank you, young lady.
Oh, that's awesome.
We wish you the best in your retirement.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elena.
Now, you can hang out with us for the next 3 hours if you like, or you'd like to go on home. That's up to you. And the last thing I have on the chairman's report, if y'all follow Facebook or you follow the Chamber of Commerce, we've had 7 new businesses in Madison County in just the month of January for 2022. Super excited about that. For the Extension Office and also the library, please contact Anna She's your marketing girl. If y'all wanna push some news, Anna Strickland can push the news for you, so, good job, Anna, on promoting these 7 new businesses throughout the county. And that wraps up my chairman's report, because I think I forgot something, but either way. Statements and remarks from citizens on tonight's agenda. Zach, you got a question? The only newspaper man in the world that never has a question. That's probably a blessing, Zach, I just want to tell you that. All right. Moving on to old business. Consider the 2022 Madison County budget. Everyone has a copy of that before them. This has a effective date of January 16th. Gentlemen, we've done that due to the pay period, the way it fell. This way, we'll have the vote tonight, but it's in effect. So if you make a motion to approve, make it for the 16th. That'll keep us from retro due to the pay period starting on a certain day. It just clears up a lot of clerical errors. So, any discussions on the 2022 budget? Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve the 2022 budget for the Madison County Board of Commissioners effective January 16th.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Kirk, second by Derek Doster. Any discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none. Terry Chandler? Yes.
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 Thank you, gentlemen. That one's in the books. Behind the scenes for the public, I would like for everybody to know how much hard work went into this amongst the Board of Commissioners, bouncing ideas back and forth to create a really, really good budget for Madison County. Consider appointing a member to the Madison County Industrial Authority Board. So, with this, I'll tell you there was 7 names received in resumes to the Madison County Board of Commissioners. Mr. Gary Harvin, Mr. David Jones, David Pearson, Ed Vaughn, Ben Morris, David Eccles, and Virginia Beavers. Now, how this selection process came to be, each board member voted for 2 members to be appointed. The one with the highest scoring votes would be the one appointed. With that being said, Mr. Ben Morris has been selected to become the new Madison County IDBA, to fill the position for the Madison County IDBA vacancy on behalf of the Madison County Board of Commissioners. So Ben Morris is here. There you are. All right. Congratulations, young man.
Well, for the record, I'll make the motion that we appoint.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's what he said.
For the record.
Yeah, and I'll second it.
All right, so I have a motion by Mr. Doster and a second by Mr. Kirk. Any discussion, gentlemen?
I just want to thank everybody for, that volunteered to put their name in the hat. I know everybody wants the best Madison County we can have, and that's volunteering for certain various boards and committees and such throughout the county. So I just appreciate everybody's effort and willingness to put forth time.
Yeah, and it was a tough decision because we had some excellent candidates.
I would like to say on that, exactly along the lines of Mr. Kirk and Mr. Doster, this may be the first time I've ever heard or remember 7 people wanting to be on the IDA board with a resume that was outstanding for every one of them. So this was a very tough choice that these board faced to be able to pick who they thought would be the best. And again, thank you all for participating in this vote. That being said, Frank? Yep.
Yes.
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 Terry? Yep. With that being said, now you're the new IDA.
Thank you for volunteering, sir.
Yes, sir. probably wouldn't be a bad idea to become friends with the other 6, because they're all smart people that can teach you a lot. I know one, I'm looking directly at David Jones back there, might be one of the smartest guys I know. So there you go. I don't know but 2 people, David, you're one of them. All right.
Any questions for us, man?
Just look forward to working in collaboration with the Board of Commissioners and the Chamber and the rest of the IDA board to, keep moving forward.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I knew you when you were at Madison County High School, so you've grown quite a bit, and I was very impressed with your resume. You've done Madison County proud.
Oh, thank you. Hopefully I'm as good in person as I am on paper.
I hope. Hey, that's what we're counting on.
All right. Consider awarding the request for proposal for the comprehensive plan. So as I stated in the chairman's report, there were 4 RFPs that came in. We narrowed them to 2 and done interviews. That sat in on the interviews was Christopher Roach, myself, Dennis, was you in, and Terry?
Terry and Mr. Doster.
Mr. Doster, okay, yeah. And I think, gentlemen, y'all have...
Yeah, we, make everybody, or hope everyone here. Yeah, as the chairman said, we received 4 proposals, and after reviewing that and doing an interview with 2 that were shortlisted, we believe the proper recommendation to move forward with the comprehensive plan is a company called Hall Consulting. It's a partnership with Hall Consulting and Nestle, and so I'll make a motion to award the comprehensive plan effort to Hall Consulting Nestle collaboration with a not to exceed value of $130,000.
I'll second that motion.
All right, second by Terry Chandler. He beat you, Dennis.
It's fine.
Any discussion? I have a first by Derek Doster, second by Terry Chandler. Any discussion, gentlemen?
Just a couple of comments. Really enjoyed the interview with both of them. It seemed like pretty outstanding opportunities either way. Discussed this with Commissioner Doster. Some of we considered also ordinance revisions or updates, reviews/revisions/updates. And felt like the thing to do was just to proceed with the comprehensive plan only and make no commitment on the others until we get probably near the end of the comprehensive plan process, and then make a decision on who we would like to work with to do the ordinance review and revision.
Thank you, Terry.
Yeah, I was going to echo, for those that didn't hear, again, moving forward with that, give us the flexibility if we want to add some additional tasks at the end of that, instead of committing that to upfront. But go ahead and do that complete body of effort to begin with.
Again, thank you, Derek. Thank you, Terry. The interviews for both Hall Consulting was done on January 19th, and the Southern Prosperity Company was done on January 11th. The proposal actually was $123,050.
I'll explain that.
Yeah.
I thought from after the interview would just give us a little cushion, so
it would.
As the final contract is negotiated, if we want an extra public meeting or something in there, there's probably just a little bit of buffer, but being a not to exceed number, any hours that would not be expended should not be charged to it.
Yeah. Good, thank you for that clarity on that. Any other discussion, gentlemen?
This was the one that was gonna do a separate plan for, like, county and, or do city plans in addition, right?
No.
No.
This one actually included the cities.
Right, yeah, they had, it was all incorporated.
Yeah, it was incorporated in the same one. I think the Southern Prosperities was a separate.
Would have been a separate free.
Yeah, that's why the dollar figures is a little screwed.
Yeah. It's a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And the cities concurred that this was the best approach to this. We're not just blindsiding them with something on our.
Correct. They have an option to opt out if they choose to. but for the most part, they're in to make sure this is all done together. Christopher, do you have anything to add in the discussion
There were
part?
some of the mayors that were even on the conference,
Yes.
during that time, and a few of the mayors did speak up and have their questions and they answered, especially all. Just did an outstanding job all around, and they had my vote. I mean, honest with you, they did a great job, and they've got a great price on top of it as well, willing to work with the city to complete it.
Right.
All right, thank you.
We got to vote.
Yeah, with that said, Brian?
Yes.
Ready.
Yes.
Who's ready?
Yes.
Terry? Yep. All right, thank you, gentlemen. All right, new business.
Mr. Chair, point of order at that point, I guess it'd be appropriate, since that's done, to ask council to coordinate with them on the proper contract definition and, you know, most of it's the proposal, you know, a lot of the language, but.
Right. Yeah, I didn't know if they had a proposed contract, but I'll get in touch with them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
On that flash drive I gave you, Mike, I think there might be a template.
Oh, they have a template on
I
there?
believe there's a
Perfect.
template on
Thank you.
Hey, Todd,
Sorry.
actually, I do have a question on that. Do y'all have any kind of timetable on all this getting done? as far as
There is a
like when-
timeline.
Yes, there is a-
Proposal. I'll have to pull it and look at it.
17 months.
It's 17 months total?
17 months. Well, no, from day forward to where our deadline is. That's 17
Yes,
months.
oh, I'm sorry,
It'll be
yes.
done within
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah. The company's part will probably wrap up before the 17 months, but we have to submit it to the state, and if they have any rebuttals that they may want to change, we have an opportunity to go back and forth to make the corrections. So our window to be state qualified is 17 total months.
Their plan, if I remember right, was 15.
Yeah.
To give it 2 months. But
Zach, for clarity, people's going to question, why would the county do this? This is very, very key to moving this county in any kind of direction, especially forward. So without this is, we're steering in the blind. Paying a company like this that does this for a living to develop a comp plan, unlike what we've had in years past, it either didn't work or we didn't agree with. There'll be several inputs, just so you know. There'll be several inputs from the community. This company, I think, has scheduled 3 or 4 or 5 different face-to-face meetings with not only the Board of Commissioners, but with public and or department heads or civic groups, chamber, stuff like that. So it's not going to be we're not going to just open a book one day and say, this is what they give us, guys, vote on it. That's not going to happen. This will be involved with Madison County residents. So, with that being said, moving on. New business, discuss request for proposal for the Madison County wage study. Christina.
Yes, so it ran in the paper, the RFP for 4 weeks. It was due January the 13th, and we received 5. Myself and Tracy Dake, the Human Resources Director, we have opened all 5 and reviewed 5, and we've narrowed it down to 2 firms that we feel like would provide the best service. And I turned that over to Tracy Dake, and she's going to call references and call the companies and just kind of verify a few things and walk herself, because she will be the main point of contact for these companies for the wage study. So hopefully next week she can give y'all a more one company versus the other. But the 2 we've narrowed it down to, they have checked every box that we requested. They both have offered licensed software programs for human resources that they'd give us the license for her to use that program moving forward.
So with that being said, I would like for the interview process to be the same as the comp plan process, but we'll be part of that. Because when we narrow it down to 2, we'll do the same thing we did like with the comp plan. I would like to have some board members on that conference call or Zoom meeting. Yeah, just so y'all are aware, I think it would be best if y'all hear that also, or at least have the opportunity to. All right, thank you. And that's all it was on that particular. Road updates. Gentlemen, do y'all have any road updates before I start? Dennis?
No, the only thing I would have, to comment on at this time would be, we still seem to be having a problem with trash, but I understand with the shortage of jailers that we only have enough people to staff the jail and not to be out on the road with the trash pickup crew. So, that's the biggest complaint that I'm hearing right now.
All right, thank you, Dennis. Terry, you have anything for the road department, sir?
No, sir.
I don't.
Good.
Except I'm glad that Barwick Hill is in its final stages of completion there. That's great. And, also with that trash, I wanna commend, the road department for a road that we had a complaint on, and, I think they've resolved it, and I got back information from the folks along that road, and they were very happy that, it had been cleaned up, so, very good.
Any update or status on the road crossing at HB Chandler?
Yes. So on the HB Chandler, Alan's here. We did receive a proposed price, for what they was gonna charge and we would reimburse, and we felt like it was extremely expensive for that particular part. So we're going out for a separate bid, through our local vendors here that does our paving now. I think the section of road may have been 60-something feet, and they proposed like $35,000 to pave that. It was like, nah. So we're gonna get, Stratton and Son or somebody just to come out and take a look at it, or Garrett, and say, what is this gonna cost? But it is underway currently, to be fixed. I think the scheduling for the railroad ties and all that
The
part.
materials is another 4 to 5 weeks out. I come to find out today, the one price that Trax did get was from Garrett Paving. They had some initial extra in there. I think the $34,000 was for the paving part, then Trax had another $8,600 in there, I think, for arrangement. I told them today, I said, no, we're not gonna be doing that. I'll do that part of it. For closing roads, we're gonna be doing most of it anyway. I said, no, we'll arrange that. We even have a contract with Garrett or whatever else, but we're still getting prices from Stratton Sons, trying to see what's gonna be best for us and everything, so.
But the fix to HB Chandler at the railroad tracks is underway. How about that? Anything else, sir?
There was one pothole that I wanted to talk about, and I don't have to go back and look at my notes.
All right, just let us know.
Somebody will email me tonight after I don't mention it.
All right, so the road study survey has began. It started in Harrison. Yay. It started on January 24th in Harrison. They're riding the roads, doing our survey, get evaluations done. It looks pretty positive for Harrison. I will say that. We met with them after they finished. We're just wrapping up Harrison. And I think we have some really good ideas for the roads over there and some good potential possibilities for completion. So letting you know they're moving. I don't know where they were leaving Harrison and going to, whether it be Isla or whether back towards
They've
Coleman.
got around the 174 area, that little corner up of 29 to 174. Now they're moving towards the Carlson 72, 172 area this week.
Good. The Barwick Hill box culvert, which Mr. Kirk was referring to a minute ago, has been installed. The head walls have been poured. They were poured on the 28th of January. Once the head walls are cured, we'll be backfilling that, and it'll be back open to a 2-lane road. It's really good. Whoever, the guys y'all done, the crane operator, I mean, it was a really good job down there on that road. With that box culvert, for most people that don't understand what a box culvert is, it's an opening about 8 foot wide, about 6 foot tall, pure concrete, no more washing out pipes. Good job to our road crew on that one. Last week, the road department scraped numerous dirt roads throughout the county and applied gravel where it was needed. One of the other projects, which I'm pretty proud of because we've been waiting on this for a little while, was our tree trimming has been completed inside the city of Colbert, Cleghorn Road, and Audie Porterfield Road. The crew is currently working on Moons Grove Church Road, and then we'll be moving towards Spratland Mill Road. What we are referring to by the tree trimming is the canopies, being a low-lying canopies that'll hit trucks, buses, fire trucks, campers. So we've raised that canopy height off the white line to about 16 feet, which is 3.5 feet above state standard. But anyway, Carver said thank you. Shoulder clippings on Brickyard Road, that's happening right now. We were able to not only use our clippings off Brickyard Road, but turn around and put them on Brickyard Extension. That completion is 95% completed as of today. Ah, you know that, Pat?
I know it well. Great.
Looks good, don't it?
Yep.
The patch wagon is out working, filling potholes now, so get that in, Derek, and we'll take care of that right away. One thing, I remembered what I forgot off the chairman's report, and it's mainly for Zach. Madison County Sheriff's Department is in need of help. We are down 8 jailers, 3 deputies, road deputies, and 1 CID, which is the best go. 8 jailers down, 3 road deputies, 1 CID. I'd asked Michael Moore that I would state that in my chairman's report, and I knew there was something I was forgetting. Statements and remarks from citizens.
In regards to the roads.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all have been whispering about closing down Osley Mill down at the creek.
Yes, ma'am.
We are neighbors of Osley Mill. We drive through Osley Mill to get to work in Elberton, to go to Carlton, to go to Lexington. Don't shut it down. You're going to make us go 5 miles out of the way. We just have passed for the SPLOST for the roads, and the first thing you want to do is close us down and make it hard for us.
Okay.
Please, do not shut Osley Mill down. Please have Mr. Jackson remove the shipping containers along the creek bed. That's been a flood zone area forever. It is an obstruction to seeing around as you come across the creek.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your name?
My name is Lisa Collins.
Lisa Collins?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. That will be on February...
Tentatively, February the 28th.
The
28th or the 7th.
February 28th. Well,
maybe the 28th.
It actually
7th. It'll be on discussion on February 7th, which when we'll hear it, and we'll hear from you or anybody else that decides to show up.
It was in the proposals for it to be handled tonight.
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, we advertised the public hearing for tonight, so we need to announce tonight the public hearing's actually going to be next week, is that right?
I'll have to pull the agenda. I don't remember if we moved it to the 7th or if we moved it to the 28th.
Okay.
I think it was the 7th and the vote's on the 28th because of the gentleman, Mr. Hawkins.
Right.
We're scheduled to meet him Friday at 1 o'clock because we were meeting a deadline. Ma'am, go ahead, Derek.
Well, I have a question. We originally advertised public hearing tonight, and now we need to amend that. Is that what I'm...
Yeah, we just need to announce, since presumably anybody who came to speak on it tonight is here, and we just need to let people know when we're going to do it.
Okay.
There's only a few of us that were able to make it. Several people who are working. This is one of my neighbors. His family lives out, he's got several family down there. We have several neighbors. In fact, we have a woman who's lived in this neck of the woods all her life. She's up in her 80s, Miss Shirley Scott. She will tell you she used to ride the wagons down there to that mill to get her corn ground with the family as a child even. It's historic site. There's too many reasons to keep it open, and it would be hurting everybody back along Cherokee Road, Della Slayton Road, back in that area who want to go through to Carlton, Elberton, Lexington, or anywhere off that branch. You will be making everybody go 5+ miles out of the way. The Moonguest Road is your next closest route, dirt road. Y'all allowed chicken houses to go up on Cherokee Road, and Moonguest Road is now being destroyed constantly by the chicken trucks. Semis coming up and down Moonguest Road and it's to the point where we don't want to use that one, which would put us even further out.
I will say, like I said, we're going to talk about this next week. For clarification, if you'll get her number, she'll call you directly and let you know the exact date. I want to say it's It's Monday night.
I don't know if we took it off the 7th because of that agenda, the other topics on that agenda that night. I'll have to get with Mike and see
Okay.
what we've.
We'll verify the date exactly
Public
for you.
hearing for.
And
We
let
either
you know.
need to verify, we either need to announce the new date tonight, or we're gonna need
Yeah,
time
go
to
ahead and double
re-advertise.
check that.
Or if we don't announce it tonight, we just need to re-advertise it and probably send out new letters to the adjoining landowners too.
What I would like to say about that though, and you saw it during the flood 2 months
Yes.
ago.
Yes, we went down through there, actually, when the gentleman was talking with Mr. Jackson, saying he would put those shipping containers back up, right, and plow through there and all, and I thought he was attached with the county in some form, the gentleman.
down just getting the sand, that guy over there.
Yeah.
I think it would be appropriate at this point, because of the confusion at this time, that we re-advertise, because the two instances we've had where property owners had come, there was no opposition voiced on those occasions, and, you know, I think it would be very appropriate to allow the public to have time to, and putting it off a week's not gonna do that.
I will say this, it was partially in part two, it looked like the county was whispering it to be closed.
No,
They,
ma'am.
they did not have it in the first article, it was right in with the road business. Then the following week, when they announced it, and at that time, they also put it into the public hearings, it had not been with the roads over here in this column, it was 3 columns over, and it was one line, Oxley Mill will be closed.
Yeah.
It was a whisper.
Looking at Zach on that
It
one.
was a whisper.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not happy.
I can assure you that nothing that this board's done in a whisper.
Well, it appeared to be a whisper, because it was only the real little line, he had read the article first.
That was the paper, that was not me.
Well, there were,
Because it was barely in there the week before.
So the Board of Commissioners has no say-so what gets in the paper or how it's distributed or publicizing the paper.
well, it
I
was
realize
run, where we
that.
run it is in the legal ads.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't that I was paying attention, and I do
Right.
look at the legal ads, and then I started hollering around the neighborhood.
But you know why it's currently closed.
Yes, and all of us being lifelong residents down there, we know that when
Yeah, we
it
also had
floods,
returned.
that it becomes an issue to avoid it until the creek goes down, then you venture down and.
All right, after,
He still drove through.
Sam,
I got you.
Okay,
The
we got it.
28th.
we're
February
gonna
28th.
re-advertise on the 28th,
Yes, that's what I've got it.
for discussion on the 28th. Public hearing.
Public hearing on.
Public hearing on the 28th.
Perfect. So mark that down, 28th, we'll get it into Zach, it'll be in the legal description, 28th public hearing. The vote will be the following month, if it chooses to go that route. Alright.
Just for clear, Mike, will you run that public hearing?
I
or
will,
do you
yeah,
want-
I just made myself a note.
Okay,
Any
I'll
other,
send any letters to the adjoining landowners.
thank you.
any other statements or remarks from citizens?
Yeah, I'd like to mention, to the board.
Yes.
I'm Drago Savage. I sent all of you a copy of some noise ordinances. I know the board is working with arpeggio to develop noise ordinances, and I sent these as an example of what can be done. There's a lot in here that could be in a county noise ordinance, and probably should be. Some of it would seem, maybe not necessary, but as the county's growing, if we're doing a noise ordinance, we want to be proactive. And development ordinances covers things that are going to happen as subdivisions grow, as businesses come in. So these I wanted the board to look at. So as you meet with arpeggio, or we meet in public, you have some idea of just how complete some noise ordinance could be. So I think I sent a copy to everybody, not to you, Mike, but I have one here for you if you'd like.
Okay.
But I think it's important to get this noise ordinance right. And I think in my last email to you, it not only protects people like us who have suffered because of the lack of a noise ordinance, but it protects industry also, because then they know where they stand before they come here. So I think it'll be a way to avoid things in the future. Then, not that I want to bring up a new subject, but light pollution is also a problem, and I know we think of Madison County, and it's not something on everybody's mind, but I know somebody who lives near the current plant, who can walk around their yard now at night, they don't need a flashlight. So I think this board should be proactive with that too. There are all types of lighting for industry and for residential development. And if they would become part of a code too, again, Madison County would be ahead of the curve on that before it becomes a problem for people living in the county. And again, I want to thank the board for moving on the noise thing. I know it's real important, and I think you guys do too. And I think you might consider even asking Arpeggio if they've ever done any light ordinances. Because it's an easy thing to do once it's in place. It's a difficult problem once it becomes a problem.
I understand. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I did receive it, I know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the city of Sacramento, but you can just switch county, city, switch county.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
David Jones.
Well, unlike some of the issues that are brought up before you all, I'm up here to compliment you. So, doesn't give me anything other than to tell you, doing this comprehensive plan to me is the smartest thing this county can do today. There are all kinds of externalities coming in from growth out of commerce, internet, infrastructure, plumbing, sewer lines, everything you can think about seems
You
to
talk
be.
about plumbing, we got plumbing.
Water line. Everything related to infrastructure seems to be kind of pinging around you guys. And I compliment you for deciding you need a strategy. And you probably saw my resume from the IDA board. You know, I didn't just fall off the turnip truck, although I've been accused of that. The thing I learned early on in my career is structure follows strategy. And that's an old business adage. So this strategy is not for next year. It's not for 2025. I'm more likely 2030. But it needs to be set in place now. And the other thing you pointed out, Mr. Chairman, is how important it is for the public to understand this. Because if you just hear it, you know, a lot of people say, why are we spending all this money to do this? Why can't we just do this ourselves? In building companies and selling companies, I sold my company twice. And each time I sold it, I had to bring in a consultant for a heck of a lot more than y'all are paying, because we had to reset where we were headed as a company. And as a result, we were continue to be successful as a company. I'm on the board of it now. I don't run it anymore. So I don't want to wear you out with it, but you know all the issues you've got with education, with internet, with supporting our agriculture, which is becoming I'm getting a John Deere self-propelled, sit in the side of the field and drive it around that. You can already do that. But, I mean, these things have to be addressed. And as you know, the output is going to only be as good as the input this group gets. There'll be a lot of issues. You'll have to narrow it down. But you need to have all of us, poor little taxpayers out here, as we like to say, supporting you on it. And I do support this strategy.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Any other statements? Statements, remarks from commissioners.
I would, like this, encourage everybody that, again, we mentioned it a minute ago, but I just wanted to reiterate, I've been thinking about it, you know, those that put their name in the hat for an IDA position, you know, we got, 4-H and our cooperative extensive out there that's got, volunteer programs. We got the library that's got, that have programs that need volunteers, and we've got volunteer opportunities all across the county, and just encourage those that are here and those that are listening and those in the paper that reach out and search out a volunteer opportunity, because you know, service does the mind, body, and heart good. So I just recommend it. It doesn't have to be a lot of time, it doesn't have to be a lot of money, but just encourage everybody to kind of plug in. And you know, the best complaint form I've ever seen was a volunteer application. So just wanted to share.
Well said, sir.
Very good.
Brian, Frank, Terry, you have anything, sir?
No, sir.
Dennis?
I'm good. Did you want to mention the tax name?
It's announced.
I told you that.
Yeah. Executive session, to discuss real estate acquisition, personal matters, or potential litigation, sir?
No, sir.
Hearing none. Ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved. Take care, Mr. Chandler. Hope you feel better, sir.
And thank y'all for everybody that showed up.
I'll take it.
Good crowd.
I'll take the labor and just.
Yeah. Well, and, yeah, Christopher says that they actually contract and contract and stuff.
Yeah. I'll let her know that, the action took the process and that.
Okay.
Maybe y'all.
Yeah, I don't know, I looked up all the board.
I provided that in my office.
Marilyn, yeah, she does, Marilyn Sharp, she was part of our old JJ.
Yeah.
She's part of that crowd, several of her team members in that box,
We're also,
Bobby left JJ did for the whole, Marilyn, did her whole thing for a while, and then actually was the, water resource manager later.
Okay.
We are part of it.
Thanks a lot.
She should have honestly.
Right.
She moved on. She's sharp, they've won small government planning awards.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, okay. That excited me.
That's really good.
Okay.
That you need to have.
Well, I'll look at it.
good job.
They're gonna run one car.
You have to get clarification of the micro something.
I did, you already told me that.
What do you want?
That's right, that's right, yep.
Thank you, Dennis.
You know that. Out loud. It's gonna have to be the idea.
8:30, Thursday morning,
But off of your.
They need to put water. Oh,
Bobby, there's Bobby on their team, yeah, that's what Bobby has done.
I got mine. Y'all can tell.
It's not necessarily. It's the corporate front. What can I do to change that?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Nobody on that board.
Well, I'll tell you what, but I think the difference is you guys, I can do a presentation,
You know I'm not gonna have all the answers, but I can take that and go back.
Maybe
Me and you talking. Too much.
I'll be glad.
And I didn't know you got back with Todd on that.
Secretly, Bogart, Georgia.
I think we're on one show.
Is that a day's work, or you like it? Well, it's a refill.
Well, it's a day's work. It's a gallon.
Somewhere in between, if you ask the right questions,